Hey everyone, welcome back to Lost Connection Tarot. I'm Benjamin Snavely, and you have stumbled upon my series, What Message Do I Need to Hear Right Now? Now, this is episode 19, and this is a good one. I like this one. I need it for myself. How do I overcome my bad habits? Right? We all have bad habits, no matter what they are. Let me make sure. How do I overcome my bad habits? It's as simple as that. That's the question. So we're going to do a four card tarot spread. We will be using the Ethereal Visions tarot deck. And again, 4 cards. We will look at the issue. We will look at the challenge that presents itself because of the issue. We'll look at the opportunity, and then finally the most likely outcome. So again, episode 19, how do I overcome my bad habits? What message do I need to hear right now? And it's this one. How do I overcome my bad habits? This is for anyone that is listening. All right, so how do I overcome my bad habits? What is the issue? What is the challenge? The opportunity, the result. Issue, challenge, opportunity, result. We'll see how that one works out. Okay, so we got the Two of Pentacles as the issue reversed. Now, what is the Two of Pentacles? So pentacles represent anything on the earth, of the earth. So your body, technology, your computer, your car, your money, your clothes, your house, your dog, anything at all that is of this earth, made of matter, is a pentacle. And the Two of Pentacles is all about change, okay? It's all about dealing with the struggles and the ups and downs of daily life. So, are you able to handle change effectively, or are you a little bit more stubborn, a little bit more conservative, I guess, and do you want to reject change because it makes you uncomfortable, because change represents the unknown, and change also means changing habits and changing your lifestyle and being a better person. So, Two of Pentacles reversed means resistance to change, resistance to adaptation, resistance to modification. So it's the idea of holding on to habits that you think still serve you, holding on to ideologies, beliefs, routines, or bad habits that are so ingrained in you that you don't even recognize that it's a habit. It could be how you respond to somebody when somebody has, I don't know, a little bit of raised voice in their tone, and maybe they're a little flustered, and they say, "Hey, help me get that," and you immediately react because that's your trigger. That's a bad habit, and that is. And then when someone says, "Hey, you need to get better at this," you're like, "Oh, this is who I am. This is who I've always been. You either take me or you don't accept me. That's who you are. You just simply don't accept who I am. You don't whatever." And you double down and you stick your feet deep into the sand, and you're stubborn, and you say, "No, I'm not the problem. The problem is this thing that created my emotional distress." Okay? And that's the thing. We defend our bad habits, and we defend these structures and these things that we say, "This is who I am," but it's not who we are. It's who we have built ourselves to be. And at any time, we can reimagine ourselves, and we can rebuild our habits and the structure of our life. But the first thing, if we want to rebuild the structure of our life and rebuild our life in the form of our highest potential, and we want to get rid of bad habits, then the first thing we have to do is we have to be able to listen and hear when someone says, hey, you're resisting change right now. You're resisting being better because you're sticking to and holding on to negative responses or patterns that don't serve me or yourself. It's literally biting the hand that feeds you. It's shooting yourself in the foot. And so, all of us, me included, the issue of how to change our bad habits is first we need to recognize and become aware of our responses to anything, to any change at all in life. Okay? You went and ran errands with your family, and you come home and you're putting away groceries, and you're putting your phone on the charger, and everything's coming together, and you just got home, and then let's say your partner just says, oh man, I forgot, I gotta go help somebody take care of this in an hour. I gotta go help them move, or oh, I forgot I had to go take care of this client, or oh my god, I totally forgot I was gonna go meet these friends. And you'll be okay with the kids, won't you? And you're just like, out of nowhere, your nightly routine just changed spontaneously. How are you gonna respond? Oh man, well, I was gonna watch the game. Oh man, I don't know how to get dinner ready. Oh man, well, what do I do if the baby starts crying? And we start coming up with excuses to stop this inevitable change that we know is gonna happen, and then we're thrown into this mix. And this is when we need to be more like stand-up improv comedians. And what I mean to that is we need to learn how to say yes and deal with the changes that somebody brings into our life. Okay? That is the first step for us into changing our bad habits. Instead of just resisting whatever change is coming to us, the first thing we need to do is recognize our initial reaction of saying no. Okay? And there's no reason we would say no except for we simply didn't want to change whatever it was we were currently doing at that point in time. And you will start laughing at the stupidness of the reasons you would say no to something, even though it is inherently good. Okay? Because remember, you are trying to get rid of bad habits, and you're trying to say yes to good habits, and yet we are holding on to these negative bad habits, and we're saying no to things that will actually make us better. And you would think logically we would say yes to these, but since these are our reactions, we have to become aware of our responses, our quick knee-jerk reactions to everyday things that change spontaneously whatever is going on in our life. And we need to learn how to say yes. I will learn how to deal with it. And that is the first step for us into recognizing our bad habits and then eventually changing our bad habits. Is we need to accept change more readily, and we need to simply accept it, because that is life. When we resist, we are saying no to change. We're saying no to growth. And we are saying whatever we are currently doing works for us. And we both know that's not the case. Otherwise, we would not be asking the damn question in the first place. So there's the issue. Okay, what is our challenge? It's the moon, okay? It is seeing our fears for what they are. Instead of us having a knee-jerk reaction and immediately saying no, because of this change, we need to access our subconscious, and we need to sit with ourselves, and we need to pull back the layers of why we say no. And we would come to find out that the reason we say no is because of some fear that we have not addressed currently. Okay? And the fear is simply all of the things that we have repressed throughout our entire life, that simply make us uncomfortable with ourselves. And so we deny this part of ourselves, and we say, oh, that's not me, that's something else. Okay, no, that's you, mofo. Okay, that's you. And you got it. You got the bad just like I got the bad, just like everybody got the bad. And the only way we can turn it into the good is when we accept and recognize that it is uncomfortable and a little squeamish, and we don't like it. But when we forgive ourselves and sit with ourselves and try to come to an understanding of what our fears are and why we have these fears and why we have repressed them and how we can deal with them in a healthy way today, only then will we be able to start changing our knee-jerk reactions, and able to start changing into saying yes to all of the opportunities in life. Because really that's what it is. All of these changes that we're saying no to are opportunities that we are denying ourselves. We have no idea where it will take us because we always say no. And we will constantly get the same if we keep on living the same and keep on having the same reactions. We will never ever get the change that we desire. Okay? And our challenge to get actual change and to see our better selves and our higher selves and to actually walk in those footsteps instead of just having this lofty idea in our head is the first thing we got to do is we got to dig deep, and we got to sit with our emotions, and we got to sit with the uncomfortable parts of ourselves that we necessarily don't want to see or deal with or say this is a part of who I am. Okay? And there's a difference between thoughts and actions. Just because it's a fear doesn't mean that it is actually going to happen. Most of our fears will never, ever, ever, ever happen, but they are stopping us from living the life that we want. Maybe your fear is other people. And so you've always wanted to travel and see the world, but you can't trust other people because you don't think they have your best interest. Well, if somebody is saying, hey, let's go on a church trip to China, if someone says, hey, let's go on a road trip to Wyoming, if someone says, hey, I'm going to have a quinceañera in Mexico, or hey, I'm going to have a wedding in Puerto Rico, or hey, I'm going to go spread my parents' ashes in France and I want you to come with me. And then you say no, even though this is an opportunity, and you say no because, oh, I got to feed my cat. Oh, no, because I have to work. But you haven't even asked if you could have off. You just immediately say no because your fear is not like, oh, my cat's not going to have food for the week that I'm gone on this trip. No, your fear is that someone's going to take advantage of you, or that you're going to look stupid in front of other people and people are going to make fun of you, or that you're going to feel uncultured in this new place, or you're going to feel like a minority and you feel like you might get mistreated. You're going to have all of these fears, but the reason you say no is, oh no, my cat will miss me for a week and I just don't want to do that to her. Okay, well, that's you immediately saying no to an opportunity, instead of saying, wait a second, how can I solve this solution? But you can't even solve the solution until you figure out the fear. What is the fear stopping you? Oh, it's the fear of other people. Okay, why do I have a fear of other people? Because I think that they are going to treat me negatively. Why do I think other people are going to treat me negatively? Well, when I was 4 years old, this happened to me. And then you come to recognize that the reason you have a distrust for other people is because of something that happened to you when you were 4 years old and you had no control over it. Okay? And I'm not saying like this time you can go, but if you start recognizing where your fear comes from, and then you can say, this doesn't affect me anymore, and I'm not going to let it affect me because I've now seen where the fear has originated, and now it shouldn't have any more control over me because that was a long time ago and I'm an adult now. And now if someone makes if someone's mean to me, the first question I say is, did I do something to make that person mean to me? Okay, no, I didn't. So then something's happening in this person's life, and I have to recognize that it's not personal. So I should not take it personal that this person is acting the way they are. And now I recognize it's not me. So this person is not being mean to me because of me. It's simply because of what they're dealing with. And now I can live a little bit better, and I don't have this bad habit of saying no just simply because of this fear. So your challenge, and all of our challenge, is to recognize our fears. And the only way we will recognize our fears is if we break down layers and start sitting with ourselves. And we have to first pay attention to these knee-jerk reactions. We first have to say, whoa, I don't like how that sounded to my son, to my boss, to my colleague. Why did I put them down? It makes no sense that I put them down. And then you start going through, okay, the reason I put them down is because I felt this way. The reason I felt this way is because of this thing happened. The reason this thing happened is blah, 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 blah. And you start to finally understand the fear, and then it's no longer an actual fear. Okay, so that is your challenge. Your opportunity is, and this is interesting, an opportunity is you will come to a crossroads and you'll have a decision to make. Okay, so that's what the Two of Swords is. The Two of Swords is you have a decision to make. It's not today, but it's somewhere in the foreseeable future. You have two viable options. They are in your head. Intellectually, I can go to job A or I can go to job B. Job A has a 401k. Job A has, good benefits for the now. Job A only works 40 hours a week with no overtime. Job A makes sure that I can get home on the weekends. Okay, well, job B pays more, and I do work on Saturdays, but I also work less hours throughout the entire week. And I do get paid more, but I also have to travel in that period of time, which is more money on my car and gas and, repairs and all of this. Oh, and it's free daycare for my child. And you just go back and forth, and they have all of these goods and bads, and you don't know which one's which, right? Because they both seem completely doable and viable, and you simply have to make a choice. But the truth is you don't know what the right choice is, and you'll never know what the right choice is, because logically they both come to the same conclusion, and logically you can't foresee the future. So you have to trust your gut and simply go in a direction and then say, for better or worse, this is the path I chose, right? It's a decision. I am going to make a decision, and I'm not going to regret going this direction. I recognize by going in this direction, I don't get whatever is this option, and I'm okay with that. Okay? And I understand that even if there are issues, and this is not going to be peachy keen, I recognize that this is still the bed I made, and I'm going to lie in it. Because we have to recognize no choice is perfect. There's always going to be ups and downs in every path that we take. And so there is no perfect path, just like there is no perfect destiny or choice or whatever. There just is a choice, and we make the best of it. And so our opportunity is recognizing the choice and recognizing that we may not ever have all of the information that we want to make the choice. That's why she's blinded. Okay, and that's why you also see the moon, because she is also static, because her fears are taking over her her ability to choose, because she says, oh, but if I choose here, then this doesn't happen. And if I go in this could happen. I don't like that. And then I miss this. And then you're immobilized. You're a deer in the headlights. So don't let your fears get to you. Recognize that both choices are viable. Recognize that you will never have the information that you need. And it's a leap of faith. Okay? So, but that is an opportunity that is going to present itself when you rise to the challenge of meeting your fears and breaking them down and seeing them for what they are, okay? Based on the issue of we need to stop making such rash, snap, knee-jerk decisions and reactions, because it is stopping us from growth and change. And that's what we're trying to do, is get rid of bad habits, okay? So eventually you're going to have a choice. Either I live the life that I want, or I continue the life that I'm living. Okay? And that could be the choice, or it could be a completely different choice. Choice A, choice B, and choice C is doing what you're already doing. But the opportunity that presents itself is you have two choices, both are viable, you don't know which one to choose, and it's a decision that's going to change your life. And that's okay. That's good. I mean, we don't want to stay here forever. Now, here's where it's interesting. Now, let's see if we can figure this out. So the result, the most likely outcome that we have is the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay? So swords, again, just like at the Two of Swords, swords represent our thought, our reason, our intellect. And the six, you see this man, and he is rowing away from land. What you don't see is where he's going. He's going into his future. And just like how we don't see his future and where he's going, he also doesn't know his future. But what he does know is he is leaving the past behind, and he is taking his knowledge and his experience and what he learned, and he is pulled it up out of the water, which is his subconscious, and he now sees these truths for what they are. And now he's able to take this knowledge, this reason, this experience, and he's able to take it with him into his future, into his new path. So here, though, it's reversed. So that means that you're not going to move forward. It means that you're not going to go in the direction that you're going to stay behind. That, how do I get rid of my bad habits? And the result is the Six of Swords reverse, and that's all about not moving forward with our information and our truth. And we're trying to fix what has been broken, what has been lost, what has been burned, what has been what we recognize as no more. Let's see what the little book says. I'm flabbergasted, honestly. Yeah, okay. It says delay, reversed. Six of Swords, there it is. It says delay, challenges, unbalanced procrastination. Okay, so here's what I see. I see that you hear this message and it resonates with you, but you don't do anything with it. You don't change your bad habits. You don't go after your fears. Okay, because the most likely outcome says that you don't take this information with you and move forward. You recognize, you intellectually recognize this, but you don't change what needs to be changed. And it seems like your opportunity was to choose to go forward in a new life or to stay the same, and you chose to hold on to the life that you had. And maybe you're comfortable. You don't want to see your fears. You want to hold them down. You think that they will not be accepted. You think that you will not be accepted. And therefore you're going to continue with who you are and what you believe. And you don't want to change your bad habits. That's literally what I read. Okay, not today. Maybe in the future. Okay. Um, you know how to change your bad habits, and you know why it would be good to change your bad habits. Maybe you just get stuck in the challenge. It is too fearful, and you have repressed them so far that you don't even know how to deal with all the skeletons in your closet. And so your opportunity was to make a choice, but because you don't have the information and you're not guaranteed a better life than what you have, you're like, no, I'll just stick with what I have. And so you stay. You don't row that boat across. You stay in the wreckage of the past. Okay, it's your choice. Eventually, and I've had this in my life. Eventually, the universe will kick you out of your comfortable life, and it will force you to grow. Good luck. If you want a private reading, you know where to find me. I am on Instagram. I am on YouTube. I am on Facebook. All of my feeds are Lost Connection Tarot. If you need more information, if you need more clarity, if you want to try to tackle something that is not as hard as your bad habits, you can find me at Lost Connection Tarot on Instagram, on Facebook, or at YouTube. To find my private readings, just go to my homepage channel on YouTube, and you will see a link that will take you to my calendar, and you can choose one of the myriad of readings that I give, and you can book. And I would be glad to hear what you have to say, and I will help you any way that I can. So I hope this reading finds you well. My name is Benjamin Snavely. Have a great day. And this was episode 19. What message do I need to hear right now? How do I change my bad habits? Thank you. Bye.